Welcome back. The community support during tough times has been incredible. The Food Bank for the Heartland and Omaha's mayor recently announced the results of the city-run food drive. In 1 week, the mayor says more than $600,000 and 41,000 pounds of food were donated. That's the equivalent of 34,682 meals. But local organizations say that need is still growing, even before the shutdown. Brian Bark, CEO of Food Bank for the Heartland, said they were already seeing the highest levels of food insecurity in our history, highlighting the ongoing need for support.
Across our service area, 1 in 7 individuals and 1 in 5 children face hunger. Our food bank cannot make up for the loss of meals that SNAP provides. For every 1 meal our food bank provides, SNAP provides 9.
You may have noticed some of those orange barrels out. Food Bank for the Heartland was accepting donations and is accepting donations through the end of the year. The annual event is part of the Holiday Lights Festival. Through that, any donations you make to the campaign will be matched up to $200,000. Now, with SNAP benefits being restored, Chronicle's Madison Perales spoke with another nonprofit about their expectations post-shutdown.
Heartland Hope Mission CEO says while the shutdown is over for now, uncertainty of another one happening is leading their pantry to prepare for anything.
If the government shuts down again, there's going to be a big push from the community to ensure the SNAP benefits are paid out still.
Heartland Hope Mission CEO Chelsea Salafu is worried that once the current agreement to fund the federal government expires, another shutdown will follow come January.
We can't sustain this increased need on an ongoing basis if it became extended much longer than this.
She says for now, things will not automatically go back to normal for people.
There's still a lot of families that are catching up because they have interest expense, they have late fees, or maybe they were secondarily affected.
The Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services issued a release Thursday saying it's providing partial SNAP payments following USDA direction, adding, quote, "We will work to distribute the remaining benefits as soon as the USDA provides final authorization." Heartland Hope Mission says while SNAP was temporarily halted, their numbers went up as much as 86%.
For every 1 meal that's typically provided by a food pantry, 10 meals are provided through SNAP.
She says the timing made it difficult with the upcoming holidays, adding the group is expecting high numbers through the end of the year.
We don't anticipate that will slow down. We think there's going to be a lot of families that are still trying to play catch up from the government shutdown.
The organization is still asking for donations anywhere from food to baby products or holiday items, and I'll have that link for you to their page on KETV.com. Reporting in South Omaha, Madison Perales, KETV Newswatch 7.
And joining us now is Chelsea Salafu, the CEO of Heartland Hope Mission, and the Government Affairs and Advocacy Officer for Food Bank for the Heartland, Tim Williams. Tim, Chelsea, thanks for being here today. Chelsea, I want to start with you. You said that figure there, 87%. Give me some context. What is that?
So, our numbers have already been up because of the economic situation. So that's above the increase we've already been experiencing. And I think a lot of families that are coming through the door, they're not just struggling with food, right? Because they're coming to the food pantry, but they already spent some money on food. So now they're behind on utilities. And so we see a lot of families that have these multi-layered effects of missing the SNAP payments. And so that's why we anticipate this increased need to continue through the end of the year as families are trying to catch up. It also means, though, that we've had to change how we distribute food to absorb almost double the number of people coming through our doors.
Tim, that citywide food drive, we talked about the money and the pounds raised. What kind of a difference did that make?
Yeah, it was an incredible support, right? We're really grateful for our partnership with the mayor's office and our other partners like Goodwill, who really stepped up to make sure that we were getting deliveries on time throughout the drive. And it means a lot. We've seen the community rally together really strongly in the past couple of weeks to support our neighbors who are oftentimes seeking emergency food assistance for the first time. And that's really great, but the support is still grossly needed as we move into continued uncertainty, just as Chelsea is saying. We really don't know what the true measurable effects of a lack of SNAP benefits for November really were. And we're also approaching the holiday season where we typically at the food bank and all of our partners across the entire state of Nebraska really generally see higher demand and higher need. And so that's why we're really grateful for this sort of kickoff, if you will, with the city, and are eager to continue throughout with the Shine Light on Hunger Festival.
A lot of people who want to give, they want to go to the store and buy foods and take it to a barrel or take it to the food bank. But it's also a fact that money can also go a bit further, right? Can you explain that?
Yeah, both are really great, right? So all gifts are big or small are really great. But you're right when we talk about monetary donations feel a little bit different when in a food bank perspective. We work with different vendors and companies and have relationships with them, and we're able to buy in bulk. So we can stretch our dollars at the food bank a little bit differently than all of us can when we go and buy the same sort of similar product at the grocery store. So it's that combined sort of effort of us utilizing our buying power with the food bank and with our partners, and also the sort of food donations that we receive both in the community and then also at our food bank.
Chelsea, you talked about the cascading effect of SNAP benefits and how it's hindering everything else in life that people have to pay for. Do you anticipate that to linger on even if SNAP benefits have been restored?
Absolutely, because if somebody is behind on their utilities, getting the SNAP benefits doesn't help. And we need to remember that only about 65% of SNAP benefits, I believe, for the month of November have been approved, so it's still not the full amount. So yeah, we expect to see that lingering effect as families try to make up where they've gotten behind.
For people that don't know, what services does the Heartland Hope Mission provide?
So we provide a week's supply of groceries with milk, dairy, fresh produce. We also provide formula, diapers, wipes, hygiene products, and clothing and household items, all at no cost to families. We have some other programs and services like our Christmas program, which has also seen a huge spike. We anticipate serving over 9,000 kids with new toys because of the government shutdown. That number has really increased this year.
Yeah, it can be so hard for somebody to seek help, especially someone who hasn't sought help before. If somebody out there is watching this, what advice do you have for them?
I would say get the help you need. That's why we're here, right? We're supposed to be a safety net to make sure families aren't falling into homelessness or falling into a crisis situation that's hard to get out of. So that's why Heartland Hope Mission is here. We primarily serve working poor families that are struggling. So if you find yourself in need, it's better to come in and get that temporary assistance so you're able to keep your family in a stable place.
Tim, the Food Bank for the Heartland has mentioned that record need just keeps setting records, and you said you have a lot of first-time people coming in. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, the shutdown and the lack of benefits in the month of November really highlights like the high importance of SNAP as a program and as a really efficient tool, an effective tool at lowering food insecurity across our region. Before the shutdown even happened, right before October, in the first three months of our fiscal year, we were seeing upwards of 6.5% to 7% more households with 11% less resources available to us at the food bank and our pantries. So the charitable food system was already overburdened and under-resourced before we were talking about missed paychecks or lack of SNAP benefits. And overall, right, we've seen the level of food insecurity raised by almost 50% in just 2 years alone. And so we are already in the midst of a hunger crisis, and really this last couple of weeks just show just how when we when we eliminate one of those programs that are working to lower food insecurity, just how much of a need there truly is across our region.
Really valuable perspective. Tim, Chelsea, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks,
Thank
Bill.
you.
Coming up on Chronicle, as you just heard, food banks are a specialized place that collect and distribute food. But the United Way for the Midlands is a broad organization that supports many different local charities. See how they're making a difference during these difficult times. First, a reminder that your comments are an important part of the show. You can email those comments to news@ketv.com. We always appreciate your feedback. We'll be right back.